The NHL is a treasure trove of heart-stopping, popcorn-spilling moments, but nothing beats the electric shock of a game-winning goal. These aren't just goals. They're the plot twists in the hockey saga that can turn a player into a legend overnight. Here's a look at some of the NHL's most epic game clinchers, served with a side of humor. Number 1. Bobby Orr's The Goal, 1970 Stanley Cup Final. Picture this. It's 1970, and Bobby Orr is about to become a flying superhero. In Game 4 against the St. Louis Blues, Orr took flight, literally, scoring the cup-winning goal just 40 seconds into overtime. His mid-air celebration after being tripped has been immortalized in what might just be the most dramatic sports photo ever taken, making capes seem overrated. This wasn't just a win. It was a gravity-defying moment that sealed his status as one of the greats, proving that hockey players might just have a bit of superhero in them. Number 2. Wayne Gretzky's game winner against the Leafs, 1993 Western Conference Finals. In 1993, Wayne Gretzky, aka the Great One, decided to amp up the drama in a nail-biting Game 7 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Scoring not one, not two, but a hat trick, he catapulted the LA Kings into their first Stanley Cup final. This performance wasn't just clutch. It was like watching a maestro conduct an orchestra, except the instruments were hockey sticks, and the music was the sound of Leafs fans' hearts breaking. Gretzky's magic on ice that day showed why he's the stuff of legends, and every goalie's worst nightmare rolled into one. Number 3. Brett Hull's controversial cup clincher, 1999 Stanley Cup Final. Enter Brett Hull and his infamous triple overtime goal in 1999 that won the Dallas Stars their very first Stanley Cup. The drama? His skate was in the crease, sparking a controversy that would fuel hockey debates for years. Was it a goal? Was it not? This goal had more drama than a soap opera finale and left fans, players, and officials in a tizzy. The goal stood, and Hull skated into the annals of NHL history, proving that sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Number 4. Mario Lemieux's double overtime magic, 1991 Stanley Cup Final. In the heat of the 1991 Stanley Cup Final, Game 1 turned into a showcase of Mario Lemieux's wizardry on ice. Deep into double overtime, Lemieux scored a mesmerizing goal that not only defeated the Minnesota North Stars, but also ignited the Pittsburgh Penguins' charge towards their first-ever championship. Dazzling fans and baffling defenders, Lemieux's goal was a ballet of puck control and speed, a moment so pivotal that it's etched in the annals of NHL history, as much for its beauty as for its significance. Number 5. Stéphane Matteau's 1994 Eastern Conference Finals. The echo of Matteau still reverberates through the corridors of Madison Square Garden. In 1994, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals witnessed Stéphane Matteau becoming an overnight legend for the New York Rangers by scoring a dramatic double overtime goal against the New Jersey Devils. This was no ordinary goal, it was a deliverance, sending the Rangers to the Stanley Cup Final and eventually helping them break a 54-year curse. Broadcasted into immortality by Howie Rose, Matteau's feat remains one of the most theatrical moments in sports broadcasting history. Number 6. Bobby Nystrom's cup clincher, 1980 Stanley Cup Final. The 1980 Stanley Cup Final Game 6 witnessed Bobby Nystrom etching his name into NHL lore with a goal that was nothing short of heroic. His overtime winner against the Philadelphia Flyers didn't just win the game. It launched a dynasty as the New York Islanders claimed their first of 4 consecutive Stanley Cups. Known as the goal that set the foundation for a dynasty, Nystrom's perfect timing and execution under pressure immortalized him as a quintessential clutch performer in the eyes of Islanders fans. Number 7. Patrick Kane's disappearing puck, 2010 Stanley Cup Final. The 2010 Stanley Cup Final brought a surreal end to Chicago's 49-year championship drought, thanks to Patrick Kane's mysterious and almost magical overtime goal in Game 6 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Kane fired a shot that vanished into the netting, momentarily puzzling everyone on the ice and in the stands. While confusion reigned, Kane alone celebrated, knowing his stealthy puck had found its mark. This goal didn't just win a championship, it sparked a legendary celebration and heralded the resurgence of the Blackhawks as an NHL powerhouse. Number 8. Ray Bourque's long-awaited moment, 2001 Stanley Cup Final. After a grueling 21-season quest filled with near misses, Ray Bourque's clincher in the 2001 Stanley Cup Final was the emotional peak not just for him, but for hockey lovers everywhere. In Game 3, Bourque's crucial goal against the New Jersey Devils not only tipped the series, but also marked his first and only Stanley Cup win. Watching one of the NHL's greatest defensemen finally lift the cup was a tearjerker for the toughest of fans, encapsulating a career's worth of perseverance and passion. This wasn't just a victory, it was a fairy tale ending to Bourque's storied career. Number 9. Sidney Crosby's Golden Goal, 2010 Winter Olympics. Dubbed the Golden Goal, Sidney Crosby's dramatic overtime winner at the 2010 Winter Olympics did more than clinch gold for Canada. It became a national symbol of pride and joy. In a tense face-off with the USA, Crosby's quick shot captured the gold on home ice in Vancouver, sparking nationwide celebrations. This wasn't just a goal, it was a moment of national unity, etching Crosby's name into Canadian lore forever. This goal is often recounted not just as a highlight of Crosby's career, but as a defining moment in sports history. Number 10. Alec Martinez's double overtime winner, 2014 Stanley Cup Final. In the 2014 Stanley Cup Final, Alec Martinez turned into an overnight sensation. His double overtime goal in Game 5 didn't just defeat the New York Rangers, it etched the Los Angeles Kings into the annals of NHL greatness with their second Stanley Cup in 3 years. The Kings' journey to the Cup was nothing short of miraculous, marked by 3 consecutive Game 7 victories, and Martinez's final shot was the cherry on top of a dramatic playoff run. This goal didn't just win a game, it became a legendary story of resilience and triumph in Kings history. These moments are etched into the heart of hockey, not merely as game winners, but as timeless narratives of human spirit and athletic excellence. They remind us why we watch sports: for the drama, the suspense, the sheer thrill of seeing the impossible become possible. Did these moments stir something in you? Hit that like button, subscribe for more heart-stopping hockey stories, and drop a comment with your most memorable NHL moment. Catch you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.